Good evening, everyone. I'll get my bag of goodies too. Remember a couple of weeks ago, Alex was talking about songs that bang on her few singers tonight. Tonight you're in luck. I'm not going to sing to you. But I'm going to recite a brief experience. It was a successful experience. Recently our kids at school had a basketball tournament. They actually won. And they also regularly do presentations to some of the kids. They put out STEAM awards, which is great for building the kids' esteem. And being the assistant coach of the basketball team, they gave me the privilege of presenting these awards, as well as we celebrate accolades to our basketball team and call them up. I had to come in here and use the microphone, which I've used before, and I thought it was fairly well experienced with it, so I didn't expect too many problems. But I do want to probably just run through with the microphone. It is a tool to use. It will help you do your speech. And it's not something to be scared of, so don't let me scare you, and I find it used properly. And it was a success story. I did have a good presentation. All the kids heard their names, and they did come forward. But after, my wife was actually in the back of the audience, and sometimes we didn't quite hear what he's saying, didn't quite pick up on the mic. And I just thought I'd do a quick read on how I should have used the mic and what could have worked. So again, when I came into the stadium, there's a bunch of kids in front, which is a different audience in itself, 2 adults, which is okay. We first had the mic sort of stuck here and here, so again, there's types of mics you can have. You can have them stationary. The one I had was sort of stationary in a stand. So one thing about what type of mic you have, you could have the stationary ones in a stand, you could have them on a lectern. You could have ones like this with a wire hanging down, which is great. You could move about, so it's sort of like moving about and things like that. So it's great to have a mic like that. The other kind, and I forget what they're called, the necklace. Lavalier, I think they're called. Do you know what a lavalier is? The necklace type, so it's the type you could basically clip here, and it could be wireless, and you can move around. So one thing you want to do when you're going to use a mic is probably know how to use it. Know how you turn it on and off. Know how to adjust it. So when I first came in to do my speech, it was off to the side of the podium like this, and I was probably sort of leaning forward a bit. The principal was there with me. She said, "Is that high enough for you?" And I didn't quite know how to adjust it, and I just grabbed the other thing. I'd rather take it anyway, and that went well for a little while. But my co-presenter was actually the coach of the team. I would say that's better, and it went well. It's okay. So I started walking around with the mic, which was great. So again, know how to use it, how to turn it off. If you have the lavalier one, you have to be careful how to turn those on and off too. One thing you want to be careful, especially if you take a little intermission. You could get, like, Norbert might stand up and ask a question during the presentation. I could answer him. Then during the presentation, I might say to my co-presenter, "You hear that guy and it's not appropriate?" And going through the mic could be a little embarrassing, so you want to make sure to turn it off. And especially with these wireless ones, one might want to break, go out, maybe go to the washroom, and then take the mic left hand. So it's definitely not something like this to happen, right? It could be quite embarrassing. So make sure you know how to turn them off. The other thing is how to use mics. How do they project your voice? And I think, again, the lavalier one is probably the best one to explain. They say sort of V-shape. So if the voice is in a V-shape and it goes over or across the microphone, it will pick up your voice. You don't need to put it too close, but make sure it's in that spectrum of projection. So long as your voice is going over the microphone and picking up in that sphere, you should be okay. So again, in my presentation, I sort of came in, was probably leaning forward, probably a bit that way. Didn't pick up my voice initially. Then, as I was doing my speech, this is my rap band mic, by the way. So maybe I'll sing next time and do rap band. Speaking of rap band, I probably thought I was a rapper or something during the speech. I started doing this, trying to be cool about with the mic and being a rep. And like I said afterwards, my wife said, "Well, I didn't quite pick you up." And maybe that's why, because when I was doing this, maybe I had it off to the side, and the D, my voice is going here, my mic might have been over here, so it didn't always pick up my voice quite clearly. Then when I used to bring it down around, it would pick me up again quite well. So even if you just stood here like this, the D is there, it'll pick you up best kind. You do something like this, it won't hear you, it won't be there, right? So you want to do that. Be aware. The other thing you want to be aware of when you use the microphone is that makes a loud noise. So again, you want that space, even within 2 inches, but you don't want to put it too close. You can pop and hiss and it can click, make bad noises. You want to hit it off, not going to make bang noises. It's okay to do it once or twice during your presentation, but if it's happening a lot, it's going to turn people off. They're not going to want to listen to you. You know, with these guys, they're rustling against clothes or whatever, stuff like that. It's going to turn people off. Again, one or two mistakes. One more quick point on this guy as well. I spoke about the V shape. When you're doing presentations, you want to make sure your voice is always staying in this thing. Say if I was doing a presentation over here, I would say, if you see the step on this graph and I turn like this, the V might miss, but voice could fade out. So in this case, maybe this guy's a little too high. It's quite okay to drop it out a bit, right? I got a bigger V, and then I could, especially if someone like me likes to move around, it'll be more flexible. So you want to do that, and again, be careful with rustling. So again, microphone is a great tool. You still have to do your own vocal variety, do your presentations, do your projections, but it helps you speak in a normal tone of voice. It could help you use range a lot better. So it is a tool, but again, you still have to do a great job. If you don't do a great job, it won't help you in the presentation. But again, just some tips I thought I would put out. The microphone could be a great tool, and good luck with it if you use one.